Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto Deep Dive. I'm your host, Laurie, and as always, I'm joined by our resident crypto expert, Nick. This is episode 9, and today we've got a juicy lineup. Whales gobbling up XRP, Ripple's legal tussle with the SEC, and yep, even a Trump twist. Nick, ready to dive in?
Absolutely, Laurie. There's a lot going on, especially in the XRP ecosystem. This one's going to be a wild ride. Want to do the markets first?
Today, Friday, 16th of May 2025, Bitcoin is at 103,918 US dollars, Ethereum is sitting at about $2,584, and XRP is at 2.4179. We've got XLM at around 29.5 cents, Sol is at around $170.5, and ADA is trading at just under 77 cents. It's been a bit of a roller coaster over the past days.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Right, let's start with the whale action. Over 400 million in XRP was scooped up in just the last 48 hours. That's huge. But what's weird is the price hasn't really moved. Why is that?
Yeah, that's the head scratcher right now. You'd think that kind of accumulation, especially from whales, would cause a serious price spike. But XRP is struggling to break past a pretty stubborn resistance at $2.60 and is currently again nearly 20 cents below that.
So what's holding it back?
There are two big factors at play. First, the overall market sentiment is still kind of bearish. We've seen some recovery since the start of the year, but investors are still cautious. And that caution tends to suppress bullish momentum even when there's strong buying pressure.
And the second factor?
The fading excitement around a potential XRP ETF. There was a lot of buzz late last year when people thought we'd see an XRP exchange-traded fund soon. That drove prices up. But as time passed without any concrete progress, that hype kind of fizzled out.
So even though whales are buying in, the general market vibe is still kind of meh?
Exactly. But here's the thing. Some analysts believe that if XRP can finally break above that $2.60 resistance level, we could see a surge toward $3.10 pretty quickly. That level could act like a springboard for a mini rally.
So it's like pressure building behind a dam. Once it breaks...
You get a flood of momentum, yep, but until then it's a waiting game.
All right, shifting gears to the legal arena. Ripple and the SEC had supposedly reached a $50 million settlement, but then Judge Torres rejected it. What's going on there?
That's right. Ripple and the SEC came to this joint motion to finalize a much-reduced penalty, $75 million down from the original $125 million. But Judge Analisa Torres rejected that $50 million deal, and she didn't do it lightly.
Why'd she reject it?
She cited procedural flaws. Essentially, the settlement didn't clearly explain how the reduced penalty would serve the public interest. In these cases, that's a legal requirement. The judge felt the justification wasn't strong enough.
So it's not just about the money, it's about the reasoning behind the settlement?
Exactly. The judge wants to ensure that any resolution reflects accountability and aligns with broader legal standards, not just a behind-the-scenes compromise. On top of that, there is the assumption that Judge Torres wants to make sure that the deal will be watertight and the case can't be brought up again in the future.
What happens now? Is the deal dead?
Not necessarily. Legal experts believe that Ripple and the SEC will refile the motion, this time with stronger legal reasoning. They'll need to show that the deal still holds companies accountable and sets a fair precedent.
So Ripple's not out of the woods yet?
Nope, but Ripple's legal team is optimistic. They still believe the case will be resolved soon. Honestly, this back and forth is kind of expected in high-profile regulatory cases like this.
It's like a chess game with legal documents.
That's a pretty good analogy, actually.
Now for the wild card, Donald Trump and crypto. What's going on with him and Ripple?
Yeah, this one's been creating waves. So Trump recently shared an article about Ripple on social media, and it immediately sparked speculation about where his administration stands on crypto.
That sounds like a pretty big endorsement, right?
It seemed like it at first, but things got complicated. Reports emerged that Trump wasn't fully aware the article he shared was pushed by a lobbyist linked to Ripple.
So he might have been nudged into it?
That's the implication. Once he found out, he apparently felt manipulated. That led to him distancing himself from some high-profile crypto influencers.
That must have shaken things up. People probably thought Trump was on the XRP train.
Exactly. His distancing created a bit of confusion about his actual stance. But here's the twist. Despite the drama, his administration has generally been pro-crypto. Under his watch, Ripple has seen an increase in US-based deals and partnerships.
So even if Trump's personal feelings about Ripple are in flux, the policy direction is still crypto-friendly?
That's right, and that's important. Because no matter what he tweets or untweets, the regulatory and commercial environment in the US is becoming more accommodating to crypto. Ripple is benefiting from that shift, regardless of the social media noise.
So to recap, we've got whale-sized buys that aren't quite moving the needle yet, a major legal saga that just got a twist from Judge Torres, and a crypto controversy that pulled Trump into the Ripple narrative. Did I miss anything?
That pretty much sums it up. XRP is at a critical juncture. Whether it's technical levels, legal clarity, or political influence, it's all converging right now.
Well, we'll be watching it closely. That's it for today's episode of the Crypto Deep Dive. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. It really helps us reach more crypto fans like you.
And if you've got questions or topics you want us to cover, comment down below. We love hearing from you.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and stay crypto.